Hey guys, Captain here. I am talking about the Cold Steel Holdout 3. This thing is fucking awesome. A little bit about it, real quick. There's not a ton. It's a very simply made knife. The blade steel is Cold Steel's usual Aus 8. The scales on this are G10 with really aggressive texturing. It's got the reversible pocket clip so you can wear it righty or lefty. The triad lock, and there are no liners on this thing. It's the G10 scales, that's it. No steel liners, no aluminum liners, nothing. And it really doesn't need anything else. Super light, comes in a bunch of different sizes. This is the 3-inch model with the full serration on it, which you'll see in a minute. And you also get it in the full fine blade. You get it in 4-inch. And I'm not sure if it comes anything bigger than the 4-inch, but this is just a really, really nice piece. So let's really dive into it a little bit. This has become one of my favorite secondary knives. They usually carry 2 knives on me. For the workday one, a little bit nicer, as to not intimidate clients if I have to cut anything open in front of them. And one a little bit more aggressive looking that could kind of take some more abuse. For use just on my own, or if I'm cutting a box or something like that up, which I've mentioned before. This has now become my secondary knife. In some cases, this is the only knife I carry, depending on what I'm doing or where I'm going for the day. So, a little bit about this knife in particular. This is the 3-inch blade, and it is the full serrated blade. I bought this primarily to cut boxes with. I tend to open a lot of packages, and we've been getting a lot of deliveries at my office, and I need something that would just slice through cardboard super aggressively without really giving up, without having to resharpen anything. And I'm a huge fan of Cold Steel's serrations. It's really unique serrations. I've never had to have them sharpened, and I put them through a lot. I saw through wood, I cut through small branches with it, I cut through boxes with it, and cardboard, for those of you that haven't figured it out yet, is very, very aggressive on knife blades. It's not very forgiving, despite what you may think. And the serrations just really hold up. So, I was actually thinking about getting another version of this with the full fine edge, because I like it so much. I want something that I could use for finer cutting purposes and things like that. Just have something, an alternative option to carry on me aside from just this. I love it. I love this thing. I love everything about it. It's got this really nice little, I wouldn't call it file work. It's like a, you know, these little grooves at the top here. It's not really jimping either. But it's nice. It extends up onto the blade and all the way back down here. So you have a good 2 inches of this, which is nice. So you could really choke up and do some fine cutting work and have a lot of good control over the blade. The thumb stud on here comes right-handed. You could take it off and switch to the other side for left-handed carry. Super, super, super aggressive texture on here. I mean, you could hear that. That's just the sound of my fingernails scraping over this. And you have this jimping at the bottom here. And that's mainly because there's really no finger groove or guard or anything to prevent your hand from sliding up onto the blade. So that's there to really kind of hold your hand in place, and it does an excellent job at doing that. Even when your hand is kind of sweated up, you're not really going to have any slipping problems with this. This little groove here is actually more for the thumb stud than for any real practical gripping purpose. These holes here also act really nice. Your fingers kind of fit in there nice when you're holding it, and you get a really nice, firm, secure grip. One of my beefs with it was that, until I really looked into it a little bit, was that the clips here, this is a totally different clip design, by the way, and you can see it, than the other Cold Steel knives. Because this G10, the texturing is so aggressive. It's it'll tear apart your pocket in no time. I think that they left it like that, even by the clips here, is because it is reversible. And if you have to switch it to the other side, you don't really want a smooth side on both sides, because that is offering your grip and ensuring that your hand's not sliding onto the blade here. So all I did was, when I got this, I took out off the clip, and I actually took one of my other cold steel knives and just scraped out some of the texturing on here, and took a 320 grit sandpaper and just sanded this area right around here, around the clip, where I know I'm not going to have any grip issues there because the clip's there and my hand's wrapping around the other side, and just smoothed it out so it fits in my pocket without tearing it up. Because the first time I stuck it in my pocket without doing that, it was a bitch to get in, and when I tore it out, it took part of my pocket with it. But that was a quick, easy fix. The whole thing took me 3 seconds. Wouldn't really call that a major flaw. I wouldn't really call that a flaw at all. You know, that's just something you can do yourself if you choose to carry it like that. This thing's small enough where you can stick it in your pocket, not worry about clipping it, and have no issues at all. One thing that is very nice with this is actually the detail that they went into for this knife with the back. I mean, this is all G10, and this really nice spacer back there. So it's not solid. You have you know, it's not coming right up here, so you still have some more grip at the end there. It's just a really unique design. This is for those of you that haven't figured it out either. This is the cold steel version of the classic Scottish ski and do, which was, they call it the black knife. There's a lot of controversy about what it was actually used for. If anyone is familiar with the knife that people wearing kilts wear in their sock, that is what this knife is. Essentially, it was an eating tool and last resort of self-defense back in the 15, 16, 1700s in Scotland. Now it's primarily for ceremonial purposes, and that's about it. But it is a classic design, and Cold Steel definitely did their own take on it, which they tend to do with a lot of historical knives, and that's what they did here, and I think they knocked it out of the park. This thing is just totally, totally awesome. I love everything about it. The price point of this, I got this thing for under 30 bucks, which is totally fantastic. You know, this is just a really great knife. I say it all the time with all my Cold Steel reviews. I don't think I've ever done a bad review of anything Cold Steel, and I'm just a total believer in the product. Really great. One thing that I do hear a lot that I will address, because I've read it on some of the reviews, is the lock is tough on this to open and close. I mean, anyone that's familiar with Cold Steel knives knows that there's a break-in period. Really, any knife, there's a break-in period with the lock where it's a little bit tougher at first and it loosens up a little bit. Same concept with this. If it is really stiff, like when I got this, the lock was stiff. So when I wasn't carrying it, this was in a drawer where someone couldn't get hurt with it. And you could do this with any Cold Steel knife. Just leave it open like that. Open it up halfway. Leave it like that for whatever, a week. Leave it like that overnight. If you're carrying it every day, carry it when you get home. Stick it in your drawer, half open. And that'll put pressure on the lock down here, and it'll end up loosening up. After about a week, this thing was as smooth as all my other Cold Steel knives. Great piece, highly recommend it. This thing is just totally awesome. Really, really fantastic knife. Gonna buy a second one. I highly recommend anyone that's looking for something small, get the 3-inch one. If you're looking for something a little bit bigger, that's really kind of unique, that's tactical looking, that's a little bit more aggressive looking, you know, go with the 4-inch version of this, folding ski and do. Just really, really awesome.